Okay, 11.0.5 is finally here, and we have tons of new content with the 20th anniversary event. Bronze tokens to buy the HD Tier 2 set gear. Dracthyr can now play as brand new classes. Tons of updates to all your certain classes and specs that are absolutely broken now. Definitely not the elemental shaman dealing 5 million DPS in raid. And brand new updates to weekly content to make it better for your alternate characters. So today we're going to be breaking down everything you can do in 11.0.5 really quick and the best and most efficient way to do it, so you don't waste your time. Before we dive into the video though, support the channel by checking out today's sponsor. One of those normal days at work where you're just starting to feel run down, pick-me-up coffee isn't quite cutting it? I think you need an RPG game with fantastic story, dungeons, stylized graphics, and sound design that fits all in the palm of your hand. Wartune Ultra is a traditional turn-based RPG strategy cultivation game with medieval magic art style. Cultivate, build your own city by upgrading your equipment, recruiting soldiers. You can dive into story dungeons, underground labyrinths to explore, massive world bosses to conquer and destroy, where all of these are centered around you. And listen, for you player versus player lovers out there, you have arenas, PvP events, capturing cities to really give you a nice adrenaline rush. Wartune Ultra is also hosting a brand new event on their Facebook page where you have a chance to win a full value trip to China, spending 6 nights at a luxury hotel. So if you want to participate for absolutely free, check out the link in the description below. Listen, I personally love the storyline being aligned with the European-like culture, and you know, it's focusing on you and your journey to conquer the demons and save the world. The classic heroism and mythology are key selling points for me here, which I really found awesome growing up playing fantasy games. It's also not one of those games that look like cheesy and weird. It has its own art style and its really predominant theme of fantasy, but then they also have more modern elements in areas such as outfits, mounts, weapons, all of this to enhance your appearance and give you the room for customization. There's a reason this IP has been around for over 12 years, and actually it's been originating beginning as a web game. It's developed by the original team behind that class of the web game with 100% faithful recreation of its original game. You can start earning rewards today. Check out the link in the description below where you can reunite with your old friends and kickstart that classic adventure. Thanks Wartune Ultra for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the content. Okay, right off the bat, the first thing you should be doing is heading on over to the 20th anniversary event down in Tanaris. Don't forget you have both your, respective portals in Stormwind as well as Orgrimmar, so you don't need to just fly there and waste a bunch of time. When you arrive, of course, you want to turn in and complete the introductory quest and, get a feel for the event and everything going on around you. But if you look around, there are loads of quests that you can get done relatively quickly to start farming out some coins, which will be used to purchase some very nice anniversary event items. Don't forget, additionally, you could complete the daily activity event where you earn 10% to your XP and reputation gain for up to 12 hours, which is going to be really great for leveling up those alternate characters. I'm personally using this to level up my Feral Druid right now, and it is very, very quick as I'm spamming time walking dungeons, so definitely make sure to grab this. Also, the fastest way I found to get this quest done to earn the rewards is just to simply do the other daily or weekly quest marked around the area or just spamming time walking dungeons. Don't participate in the fun events if you're strictly going to try and get this quest bar filled up, because it would take a very long time to do so. Moving on now to the weekly quest and how you earn some of these coins. First up, you have the world boss quest, which is called Timely Gate Crashes, which requires you to kill the 3 world bosses around in Tanaris. So the idea is that you open up your map, you fly to the location of your choosing, and then you kill each of the 3 bosses. And it relatively should be easy for you. Not only that, I did it at like 11:30 at night, and there were still people getting this done, so you should have no problem getting to a group or finding someone to do it very efficiently. Of course, it is great to kill these world bosses for the quest. Don't forget they also drop their super rare mounts potentially as well as 590 veteran gear for a chance also. So it took me about 10 to 15 minutes. Very easy. Get this done, get the coins, go about your day. Next up, my favorite quest is actually going to be the time walking event quest called An Original Path Through Time, which has you complete 5 different time walking dungeons in the classic era. You have Deadmine, Stratholme, Maradon, and Zul'Farrak, which was an absolute blast to go dive into again. If you're looking to consistently get that reputation or XP buff done, the #1 way is going to simply just spam this time walking dungeon a few times, as it fills up your daily bar very, very quickly on its own. So if you're on an alternate character, I would say the #1 thing to do is log in, complete these dungeons to get a ton of XP as well as the XP bonus and chance at loot. Your next quest is going to be about completing the revamped Blackrock Depths raid, which is an absolutely insane experience. I can't believe they actually took the time to make all of these bosses bring back, brand new mechanics that are awesome on a dungeon that we all love back in Classic. To start, it's actually very simple. You grab both the quests from Moira, and if you don't care about the difficulty at all, personally, you could just do what I did, and you just look for the experience and simply just queue up for Raid Finder for all the 3 wings separately. And I'm really excited to dive into there at normal and potentially heroic to find a decent challenge heading into the future. But I was no jokingly shocked about how cool this raid was. It was nothing but a great time. I really, really hope that they continue to do stuff like this in the future more often. All these bosses give you % towards your daily quest, fill-up bar, as well as a chance to drop some really badass loot potentially in all 3 forms of content. For example, on the last boss, I got the Molten Iron Foe on my Protection Paladin, who was just fresh leveled up, and I boosted it all the way up to 606 item level, so a very big win there. Absolutely love it. Some of the loot from the Heroic raid could even drop up to 619 item level, for example, like this Molten Iron Foe you see, so these rewards are still very, very juicy for a lot of us players out there. Something I didn't know about until recently is that every boss that you kill drops some of these time-warped relic coffer keys, which you can actually turn into the vendors right next to Moira to automatically guarantee you a purchase of an item of your set choosing, which is a very, very awesome thing. For example, on my Paladin, I have a 580 item level ring, and everything else is 610 item level, so this made it very easily to get what I need and go about my day. So I'm going to target that ring, try to get it, and be good to go. For alternate characters, this in particular is going to be very great to improve your gear quickly, and I'm absolutely going to be taking advantage of this over the next few weeks to get all of this done. You get Gilded Crest off the last boss on Heroic, a ton of amazing upgrades at loot, bronze tokens, guaranteed loot chest off the weekly chest, and so much more. If you are heading toward this event, #1 priority has to be getting Blackrock Depths done. Next up, we have the Chromie's Codex quest that you grab from Chromie, and this is probably the most straightforward one of them all. Literally, all you do is queue up into the scenario. I'm not gonna lie, it does take some time to get in there, about 10 to 15 minutes. You focus on queuing up, get in there. The gear rewards don't really reward you much other than some 571 chest gear, and then, your loot chest as well from the quest, as well as the bronze tokens, but it is still great to get the weekly quest done and go about your day. The last quest is my personal favorite when it comes to just chilling by yourself. It's actually called a Soldier of Time, where you have to earn 500 honor in the Korax Revenge Battleground. Literally, all you do is go to the Dungeon Finder tab, go to the PvP option, and then simply select Korax Revenge. Don't forget, while you're already in the PvP mood though, you can go back to Dornogal, acquire the weekly PvP quest to earn a free coin from that as well. But yes, something else important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that you can't simply swap over to alternate characters and complete all these quests to earn a bunch of additional bronze tokens. If you try to do that, it would just simply replace the bronze tokens with time warp badges rather than the tokens themselves. Okay, moving on now. You got all these coins. At this point, you should have a decent amount of them. You could start looking around the vendors to see if you could purchase anything worthwhile. You shouldn't be able to obtain your tier 2 sets yet, but there are still other vendors that sell mounts, pets, cosmetics, stuff like that, so it's definitely worth your while, in my opinion. It's also important to note that after you buy your first piece of tier set appearance, you will get an achievement to reduce the cost drastically over and over again until eventually they're only 20 coins each. So the first couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be kind of difficult earning a couple of these sets, but after that, it should be very, very easy to earn them all if that's what you're gonna do, kind of like what I'm doing. Personally, up first though, I'm gonna be going for that Blizzard employee shield, helmet, sword, back piece, all that sort of stuff for my Protection Paladin, because I think it looks really awesome for them. You combine that with all the buffs Protection Paladin has gotten over the last couple of weeks. I would say I'm feeling pretty damn good about Prot right now. You could also go ahead and grab some of these old anniversary event pets, but I don't think it's much of a priority to a lot of people compared to some of the other items, but if that's what you want to do, go crazy. Hands down, one of my favorite things about this is the brand new items that they added from the Time Walking vendor. Items like the Pendulum of Doom, the Light Forge Blade, the Flurry Axe, stuff like that. All the old rare gear that's really, really cool. It's also really cheap. And additionally, they added those Season of Discovery items in the previous phase that look awesome as well. I absolutely love that they did this, and I hope they continue to add some more rare old gear moving forward. Additionally, when it comes to earning some more bronze tokens, the weekly quest back in Dornogal will start earning you bronze tokens per weekly quest. Additionally, weekly activities out in the world like the Theater Troupe and the Awakening of the Machine quest, pretty much everything that we had previously on our weekly to-do list, it will now earn you an additional bronze coin as well. Something else that I just learned about was that your first kill on Queen Ansurect on any difficulty will also reward you 3 coins for that week as well. So rather than just, progressing on Heroic or Mythic, you're definitely going to want to try and at least kill her on any difficulty possible, starting at LFR to quickly get your 3 coins. Additionally, if you're really planning on spending a lot of these coins and you're trying to get all the rewards possible, you're going to want to try to get up to 100 tokens earned so you can get the achievement called Token Collector. After earning this achievement, you have the opportunity to earn bronze celebration tokens from repeatable 20th anniversary activities. This can include, potentially killing world bosses, raid bosses, and other events as well during this time. Nothing's officially confirmed about what this gives you additional tokens from, but the idea is that you're just going to be getting a lot more during this time period. By the way, Blizzard just officially released some last-minute class changes to the Arcane Mage and Frost Death Knight, nerfing them in both areas, as well as Beast Mastery Hunter when it comes to kill command, which is a very big surprise because a couple of hours before we released the video talking about really big changes happening and who got the most out of them all, they actually just posted this. So on top of that, just today, they announced that Feral Druid is getting buffed as well, thankfully, to their Shred being buffed by 20%, Rake being buffed by 5%, and Wild Slashers being buffed by 15%. We could also assume that a lot of these classes are going to be getting nerfed and adjusted by this Tuesday coming up, because in case you haven't noticed the latest logs for Elemental Shaman, and they are going crazy right now, with Elemental Shaman ending the fight at 4.8 million DPS all on their own. I mean, we all knew the first couple of weeks of this massive patch was going to be buggy and all over the place, so just try to hold on until they give us some updates. Lastly, when it comes to the anniversary event, don't forget that you can earn a free mount that looks incredible. The idea is that you pretty much have to participate and complete an achievement called a cool 20 years, which requires you to pretty much just complete all the anniversary event to-do list items like the Fashion Frenzy event, the Mount Mania, riding on a balloon, the Lore Walker Cho event, pretty much anything involving the event right here. So if you're interested, you can take a screenshot, start knocking these down. Don't forget also, if you're interested in race changing your character into Dracthyr, you can now do that if you're a warrior, rogue, hunter, mage, warlock, or priest. Lance has already done it to his Shadow Priest for a Dracthyr. He's loving it right now. He's incredibly happy about his decision already. Additionally, it's like 30% off right now, so if you're going to do it, now is the time. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is just about everything that you can do right now, how to get it done during the patch event, and how to be really efficient with it. We have a couple big news videos coming up in the next few days, and I'm sure we're going to get a ton of class changes come Tuesday, so get ready for more content. Nevertheless, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. Listen, if you guys enjoyed the content, we have a ton of other videos to help you get through the war within, like these two right here. And since you're already here, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button to join the Comeback Kids family today, because every subscriber matters. Thank you all so much for enjoying the video. I'll see you in the next one.